Not for long.
I hope you know you're all terrible.
While you're talking, the goblin has vanished into the distance.
Oh,
Ah.
I wanted to shoot it.
With a 10, it won't matter. You can
According
That'll
to
do,
shoot it all
Whisper.
you want.
That'll do.
They are definitely evil.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't Whisper neutral good? Like,
Yeah.
What?
There are very strong definitions of neutral good.
The lawful neutral has the best code of ethics out of all of you. For obvious reasons, but it's just like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, you have a lawful good, and he's basically just standing there.
well,
Well, he couldn't do much, he's
right.
outnumbered.
Well, maybe
I
he
actually
genuinely
think I
did
need to
look
change
over there.
Whisper's alignment. I don't think she's neutral good.
Yeah.
Well then,
Yeah, I'd
We've
say
got
she's
our,
not true neutral right now.
God, you all are terrible.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know.
I never said I wasn't.
This is great. Alright, well, I guess now that we've savaged some poor goblin.
well, risking life and limb, we've got about 2 good meals of treasure between us. So,
Risky.
very
whose life
nice,
and
very
limb?
nice. I think it's time we headed back.
Right. Heading back to town.
Back we go.
Yes.
Alright
Yes.
then. I head back to Red Lurch. So, you're back in the town, wandering in. Waiting at the edge of town, you see Pell, who sort of kicking some rocks around and looking around a bit worried. And she looks very excited when you turn up. Oh, you're not dead. Ah,
Close
Oh,
call for
phew.
that one, though.
Some of us are very good at not dying. Some of us, and then
Not
she
so
kind
much.
of looks at the
Oh,
looks
no.
at Marcus.
oh, he's been hurt. I should go and get the priest.
Oh no, don't worry. He bought it on himself.
Go get the
Somebody
priest.
Help.
No, but Granny always says if you see somebody injured, you have to go and get the priest.
No,
So-
child.
okay.
Child, trust me.
Yeah.
I'm a holy man. I know. He's gonna be fine. All he needs is
Don't-
just a quick rest in the end.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Gunnar just puts his shoulder over Barkus and says,
she-
right, well, let's take him to the priest.
She's leading you to a grand-looking stone building. It's built like a mansion almost that's been converted. It has big double doors, and they're open. And inside on the doors, you can see the symbols of various deities, mostly good and neutral faiths, and usually it seems like they're all deities that have a fairly large following. There aren't too many obscure ones. And the racket that you're all making coming in there causes an older woman, quite sort of plump and a bit short, to sort of be like, oh dear, oh, whatever is the matter? And she comes sort of wandering out. She is wearing sort of paper white robes with a dark red mantle, which Barkus immediately recognizes because it means that she is a priestess of Ogma. So she wanders out and she looks and goes, oh dear, whatever happened to you?
Parker's kind of. Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Olga.
Gunnar just sort of, Gunnar shows the great club this.
Oh, goodness. She immediately is going to cast Cure Light Wounds on you. Okay, you get 4 HP back.
That is very welcome.
Sorry, I'm not the best at casting these spells. That should at least sort you out a little bit, but I recommend you spend a good night resting and come back in the morning. Let me look you over again.
Barkus tries a real kind of sympathy act. He kind of collapses into a pew and says, "Oh, that feels so much better. Oh, the things we do trying to protect this town, help the people. Oh, if you could tell us anything that could help us out, we'd be so grateful."
Oh well, of course. I mean, you defeated an ogre. That is a great favor you've done the town.
Yes, I did. I did.
Oh well.
Ben comes up behind Barkus and just flicks the back of his ear really hard. Just once.
There's a lot of ear to
Really
flick.
good. It'll be easy to hit.
She goes, "Oh yes, well, anything I can do to help you, of course. Sorry, I should introduce myself. I'm Lemura. I'm the priestess of Ogma here. You may have met the brother Earden, the priest of Lathander. He's on his way out of town, and we will be taking over the All Thieves Shrine. That is Imdar and I. You see from the depths of the shrine, a man who was praying at the altar stands up. He's wearing loose-fitting clothes that look like they look like the off-duty clothes of a warrior. He's not wearing armor, but he has a powerful build, and he does wear a sword at his hip. And he comes striding over, and he goes, what happened to you?"
Just cock a thumb over my shoulder and say, "That." At the Great Club.
"What is that? Where'd you get that?"
Barkus is just letting the others talk. He's just kind of slumped into the pew.
Ogre. That's some cave
Ogre?
down the road, yeah.
Ah, that must have been quite a battle.
More or
Not
less.
really.
Eh.
Well then, none of the rest of you injured?
No, just this one.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, that and the other dwarf.
Fit.
I healed the dwarf by myself, but my magic ain't what it used to be. So,
That's so. Paladin?
yeah.
What deity do you follow?
Oh. Haven't really given much thought to most of the other deities. I didn't attend many of the temples very often around my neck of the woods, but they're all pretty good to me.
Well, Tempest is always on the lookout for a strong warrior.
That's so.
Yes, Tempest is, of course, the god of honor and battle. Seems like you have plenty of the former and have seen some of the latter.
Oh, yes, very much. And how much would this pay?
Well,
Beautiful.
you can really put a price on a guaranteed place in the afterlife.
Well, I mean, you could.
Lawful good.
Yes.
We do not deal so much in earthly wealth here.
Let me just tell you right now, you're missing out on a huge heap of money, by the way. All right? Like,
Oh, I know. Well,
Lad,
Wow.
I think you and I are gonna get along better than I thought.
Gunner's just like holding his face in his hands, just like,
oh dear. Well,
What is this? I swear.
well, Tempest blessing upon you all anyway. Can I help you with anything?
Barkus kind of lifts her hand and says, "Yeah, before you go, mate, have you ever heard the name Savra Bellabranta?
Savra Bellabranta.
Or you, sister?"
Doesn't ring any bells, but we only just got into town. We tend to do a few months here at a time and then go back over to Baldur's Gate.
As long as we're
fair enough.
naming names. How was the name Gar Shatterkeel? for the memory.
Gosh, Shatterkeel. Isn't he that bandit who's been terrorizing the region?
Could
Heard
be.
he has like a gang of thugs who go around in boats or something.
Aye. Sunk me bloody gang of thugs in a boat.
Oh, regrettable to hear that, but can't really tell you any more about him. As I said, we only just got into the area the past day or two.
Aye.
Oh. Right, well, I suppose since we're... Well, no, I don't think a holy knows so well about this sort of thing. Unless you're, knowing much about ancient ruins and the things.
Ah, ancient ruins. I hear there are a number of things to be dug up in the region. Don't really know much about them. We mostly tend to the troubles of farmers around here.
I was hoping the priestess of Ogma might have a little more information about her, but...
Yes, well, Ogma is the god of knowledge after all, so I suppose I could pray for some inspiration.
if it would do you so well, and he's just going to toss over. It's not much, but a sort of tithe, I suppose.
Thank you. This will help with the upkeep of the shrine. All right. I will spend the evening in prayers to Ogma and see if the Lord of Knowledge bestows any upon me.
Much appreciated.
So is there anything else we can help you with?
I think I'm about ready to head out. Nothing else that I can think to ask.
All right. Sorry, I'm not rolling. I just knocked some dice over. Don't worry. Don't panic, everyone. I'm not rolling.
Oh God, what's going on?
That's when the dragon comes
The
in.
ceiling caves in.
Rocks fall, everyone dies. Yay!
50 goblins appear.
They all come to give us payback for what we did to the first one.
Marcus suddenly takes 80 force damage from nowhere.
Poor Barcus. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yes, Isabel. Did you find goblin treasure? What's the goblin treasure?
Ren pulls out the ring that she's put on this little leather braid and holds it out to her.
Wow! There really was goblin treasure.
And there was a ghost. You were right.
And a ghost. What did the ghost do?
Mostly chatted.
Actually,
It was a friendly ghost.
he was very helpful.
Wow! Being an adventurer is awesome.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go on a bit of a walk.
Aye.
Are you going to have a look around town?
Yeah. I want to look for anything, particularly, druidic.
Ah, I see. Okay. You have a map of the town. Apart from one that's on the screen now, in your handouts, you have a map that underneath I have written what all of the locations denoted by the numbers are, or at least what the signs in front of them that on the doors and things say. Yes. Do you want to ask the priests about druidic things?
Before Morgana leaves, she'll turn and say, when we came across the goblin, it mentioned that a few days ago or so, some people came, or at least they looked like people. They were wearing masks.
Masks? Have you heard anything about this? And the other priest shakes his head. No. What kind of masks?
It didn't give us a good description, but it did say that they were unsettled.
could be a cult of some kind, but without more information, I can't really make any decision about that. I mean, all sorts of cults wear masks. You have dragon cultists and sometimes cults of Baal, but I can't imagine a death cult of Baal in this region. I really don't know, but please keep an eye out. If it's unsettled a goblin, then, well, anything unsettles a goblin, but if it unsettles an ogre,
Hmm.
And Gunnar just mutters, well, we can't tell exactly if it unsettled the ogre.
Okay. If on your travels you come across anything like that, then just be wary.
oh yes, if I saw a strange group of people in masks, you can guarantee I'd be wary. Although I'm not as weak as I look.
Yeah, you can never trust
Look
the
at
ones
him.
with
He
weird
doesn't really
faces.
look very weak at all. He looks like a fairly sturdily built man with a very competent personality. The other priestess looks a little old and like she's not much of a combatant, but he says, but I doubt we'll be out and about very much. We tend to just deal with the local farm folk, seeing to their spiritual needs, tending to the sick, that kind of thing. No need to worry about us. Ooh.
Right, well, we're all done. Want to get a drink?
I'd kill for a drink.
Yeah, I could go
I
for a
mean-
drink.
I prefer to take a rest.
And so Pell says, I can't go in. I can't go in the place with the drinks. It's for grown-ups only. I'm going to go and
Morgana suggests, do you want to come on a walk with me? You can show me around the town. I'm looking for odd little symbols.
odd little symbols.
Yes?
Oh.
If you will...
Yeah, I can help with that. So she says, I bet Mr. Valivo would know.
Would he?
Yeah, Mr. Valivo, he gives all of the kids in the village, he gives us a copper piece if we go and do favors. We run around and we take deliveries to people and we tell him when we see strange things, and old Mr. Valivo would know, 'cause he knows everything.
Okay, well, lead the way.
All right. So you are wandering over to Valivo's, which
I'm
is
foregoing alcohol for adventure.
Valivo's. Going over to Valivo's.
Marcus is foregoing adventure for alcohol.
Gunnar is foregoing adventure for adventure. He's gonna show everyone the damn map already.
Right. So you head on over to a. There's a sign outside that says Valivo's Sundries, a sort of faded-looking old sign that's barely noticeable, but it seems like all the townsfolk know where this place is. It looks like it used to be a private home that's also being used as a shop, and there is old furniture and tools just stacked up against the walls outside. The tools are going a bit rusty and the furniture's going a bit warped. And it looks like inside there is a huge assortment of just stuff just piled up everywhere. And Pell just wanders in, wipes her feet on the doormat and says, Mr. Valivo! And an old man comes sort of wandering out. He's an old-looking human man, grey hair, mostly bald, and quite sort of skinny and a little frail-looking. and he sort of blinks in the light coming out of his dusty shop and goes, "Oh, well, what can I do for you, lass?" "Oh, seems you've brought a visitor."
Morgana tries not to show too many teeth when she smiles.
"What manner of being are you, then?"
That is a complicated question, but I hear you are the man to ask about anything that goes on in town.
"Ah, yes, my little birds, they wander far and wide, and they bring me all sorts of information. Now, what kind of knowledge are you after?"
Well, myself and my party have recently come back from punching an ogre very well. It's dead now.
Wow,
And
it's impressive.
it was in a very small space, and there were a lot of projectiles. But with it, it had a goblin companion, and they mentioned something about figures robed with masks that came by a few days ago.
Well, oh, now, I've heard something about figures with masks down at the quarry, I believe it was. Yeah, they say that at night the people in the quarry are getting chased off by people in masks. Now, I don't really know much more about it. You know that halfling who hangs out in the tap room? You may or may not have seen him. Well, he works there. He might be able to tell you a thing or two about it.
Oh.
But, anyway, other interesting things. I don't suppose you know any dwarves or people who read dwarvish?
I know some dwarves, apparently.
Well, funny story. The other day, a merchant came through, and he said that he'd found this big shipment of books in a box with a strange symbol on it, and I saw the craftsmanship, and I thought I'd buy them, even though they're all written in Dwarvish and I can't understand a word of it. Would you like to see? He scuttles into the shop and he comes out carrying this beautiful illuminated dwarven text. It's bound in gilded leather, covered in dwarven runes.
Wow,
Be
that's
willing to part with this beautiful piece for 50 gold pieces.
that's a lot for paper. How about instead of purchasing it myself, because I can't read Dwarvish, I'll see if I can get someone to come down here, and if it turns out it's actually valuable to them for some reason, I'm sure someone won't mind buying it.
That sounds reasonable enough. So, can I help you with anything else? Would you perhaps like to buy some of my wares? I may mostly stock furniture and the like, but I do have some general equipment that might be useful for adventures of your kind.
I'll make sure to bring the rest of my party back because they may find something useful. But have you noticed any odd symbols appearing on trees or in stone or on wood?
What kind of odd symbols?
Do you have some paper and a pencil I could borrow?
Aye, yeah. You can just use the thing to draw it on the screen if you need to.
I don't know.
Oh, right. Are you thinking of druidic symbols?
Yes.
No, I've never seen one of these. Just keeping track of where in the town we are. So many things to keep track of this adventure. That's where we are. We are at area 22. Okay, hello. He goes, hang on. Symbols on trees. I don't know if it's relevant, because it's nothing to do with a symbol, but it is something that I've heard was seen on a tree. Well, I didn't see this myself, but I heard somebody the other day say that they saw a skull pinned to a tree with a black arrow. Ill omen, that. If you want to go and see it for yourself, it's about half a day's walk along the larch path, about 4 miles east into the hills.
Thank you very much. And I'm sure I'll be back again.
Aye, come back soon.
Yes.
And Pell parts waves with you here and goes, bye, we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, I'll go back to the tavern, which is opposite our inn, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. You go to the swinging sword.
I'll say bye to Pell.
Oh wait, sorry. You go to the sun. The high.
House of Python, yeah.
That one. House
High
of
Sun.
the Rising Sun. Helmet High Sun. The Helmet High Sun.
The helm of the high
Marcus
sun.
is in there. I don't know who's with me.
Gunnar is also in there.
Yeah, Hauser
Alright.
as well.
You'll have a map rolled out on one of the tables, and he's currently attempting to get some people to.
Alright. The people in the inn are just starting to light all the candles in there as the sun is beginning to set. So you've laid the map out on the table. The sun is going down. You are furnished with drinks, and it's time to end the session.
Oh.
Good place to finish up.
Plot is thickening. Join us next time to find out more and hopefully start unraveling this mystery.
Secrets.
Dun dun dun.
All
I always knew that quarry was dodgy.
Quarries are always dodgy.
Person who grew up watching stuff like Doctor Who knows that nothing good happens in quarries.
This is so true.
Right, well.
Anyway, so thanks everyone for watching, and thanks to our players for playing, and join us next week.
Later,
Bye.
everybody.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.